So, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Bow, bow, bow. Well, you know, a U2 track. Now, it's actually quite nice. I'm getting fried out here. It's like 11 a.m. and the sun is very shiny and bright. And I wear my sunglasses and my headphones and my smartphone. And for whatever reason, my smartphone is half empty, even though I do recall that I plugged it into the wall, but whatever, man. You know, dementia hits hard. For everyone, a little bit different. Yesterday was quite a day, let me tell you that. First of all, just me walking this route back and forth was like the first thing. Then the other thing was also like these tents. I wonder what they do. Is this like some agriculture studies in regards to how the life, the plants, the fruits, the vegetables, how they grow? As I was saying, man, you know, I was just running this route and back with in regards to getting something for myself from the supermarket, as it was Saturday and the supermarket was still open. Running around the construction site, very insightful to see how they ripped open the street and left it there to say, so to say, a bleed. And everyone has to commute like a shitty, stupid route, which no one likes. But hey, you cannot choose your government, am I right? So anyways, as I was walking back, I was talking with you guys, like doing the video when I was doing the construction site thing, I suppose. If not, I'll try to later on, if I don't forget, because yeah, the construction site path, I think I'm aware now, path finding wise, how I can choose like a beautiful path. I don't have to take the bridge, even though the bridge would be a little bit healthier as it goes up and down, and there's also quite good for muscular whatever, you know. As I was saying, so yesterday I visited a friend. We had like a couple of coffees, talking about old times, new times, times in between, software and hardware issues, and how should I put this? Yeah, some bloody blah. We were talking like for a couple of hours, and then I left with the other guy. And how should I put this? Maybe I've mentioned it one time or 0 times or a million times. I don't fucking care. How about we make this YouTube channel about ranting and repetition and stream of consciousness while being always the same and never being different. Now, it boils down to this guy who's like, yeah, it's like a hermit, but not in a cool way, like in an uncool way in regards to shut off life and society and everything, and nothing sort of touches him. Not like he doesn't give a fuck, but he is completely oblivious about he's unreachable, you know. It was quite interesting when we were yesterday, when I was walking home, and he was like in a fucking rush of being unemployed on a weekend, man, you know. So but yeah, I have to play games, I have to play games and watch videos and yeah, I have to do this and that and everything except being productive. But I'll do some sort of course in regards to, what is it, economics or some program or some shit like that. Super unuseful, and it's only for 4 months. But if I find a job sooner, I'll abort the course, of course. I don't know, man. At some point you should just say, yeah, totally, man. I totally get it. In reality, yeah. This is not the person crash at the wall, bleed and die out, and then if the person's able to be saved, then you say, I wouldn't have done it this way, but if you want my advice, we'll see what I can do. Otherwise, you just let the person sort of bleed out, you know. And yeah, blah blah blah, walking home, doing like a Teams call, Discord group and whatnot. Why am I saying Teams? No, this was a Discord. Discord is a little bit different than Microsoft Teams. I think we're all aware of this by now, even if we want it or don't want it to happen or to realize. Anyway, as I was saying, so it boils down to this, that how should I put it? Yeah, I was in talks with this guy. He had like a, what was it, Snake Plissken, Metal Gear Snake, Solid Snake avatar sort of. I was talking to him like, Snake, do you know your CQC? He was like rambling about 3D monitors and very cheap bang for buck, 200 euros from Samsung and whatnot, and 40 or 55 inches. The funny thing about that is that kind of derailed from the topic, and we got into talks and small talk, and we were talking like for 2.5 or 3 hours. It was like, yeah, I'm rich, or I used to be almost rich, man, but my half brother took it from me, and I'm from this northern area and he's from this other country and whatnot. And yeah, I used to be rich, man, I used to be rich. And out of all the factors, it's funny, it never occurred to me, if I'm being honest. This is what this video is all about. Just let me take a piss here at this bush. Out of all the factors and reasons why one would drink, I'd never thought I'd hear someone say, I drink because I used to be rich and now I'm not rich anymore. And I was working super hard, but I hate my job and I hate my boss. And yeah, how should I spend or waste this money? Which was also quite interesting. But yeah, let me put it this way. On the list of reasons why one would drink to pain away, to numb the pain, so to say, I never thought about financial value that someone would drink. I mean, it makes sort of sense if you think about people in Las Vegas, like gambling their money away, and then they say, oh man, this is so depressing, I have to drink something. Hopefully it doesn't spiral out in regards to, maybe if I play some more, I'll win. Okay, I drink some more, maybe if I play some more. If this spirals down, man, you're in for a treat. But other than that, it's quite funny to be like nostalgia-wise, nostalgia glasses, And how should I put this? When you're younger, there's literally zero nostalgia, And the older you get, this fucking nostalgia is like in the backseat, But the older you get, it kind of takes, it doesn't have to take over the wheel, but it's a side companion sitting right next to you the older you get. And nostalgia will come from time to time and say, hey man, how about you indulge in some nostalgia? Let me take over the wheel. Jesus, take over the wheel, Don't let that shit happen, man, because this is just pathetic as fuck. Especially if you've talked with a couple of alcoholic persons. This is like always the same shit. It boils down to, woe is me and I'm so sad. I don't know, maybe people used to drink because they were happy, I think it's quite funny to hear these excuses, I drink because I'm happy, I drink because it's a sunny day, I drink because someone had a birthday, I drink because of names day. This is how it maybe starts, but later on it becomes just, oh, I'm so fucking depressed, man, I need to drink something. I don't know what's the deal with being depressed and drinking and falling in this pattern, sort of, Like I said before, with the addiction video, sort of, it's not like I'm high on this drug and you're high on that drug and my drug is good and your drug is bad. But it's I don't know, if you look at the patheticness score, if you're just like a sad little sourdough drop, just some blob, like radiating sadness, then alcohol is definitely the way to go. Like, why is everything to me so, and my life sucks and everything sucks and I wish I could kill myself. And I fucking hate it in regards to this about the drug, like one beer every couple of days maybe, no worries, man. You get like a minor buzz, if anything at all, but this shit, being highly drunk and like, I used to be the shit, There's like this funny, I always think about this time, not always, but from time to time, from, what is it, clipping, And where is it with, there's a wall coming, there's a storm coming, get a murder on the outside, everybody inside, murder on the inside, everybody outside, And there's like this line, used to be some young guy, and then blah blah blah, but then life hits you and you wait it out, and then man, when I was young I used to woulda coulda been the shit, some hobo. And try not to become this very hobo, That's all, you know. You don't have to be Clark Kent, Ken Clark, whatever, but you also should try to avoid somewhat to become this sort of hobo. I don't know. There's even more elegance at some point where you're a heroin addict and you suck dick for the next heroin shot or whatnot, because at least get the bread money, you know, to do something. Maybe in some degree it helps our society. Now, this is the problem with the self-emitting rubbish garbage that I emit, because no one's stopping me from talking this trash, you know. Usually I would be some person holding me back like, hold your horses, man, you know. That ain't right what you're saying there. But yeah, this alcohol stuff, man, really, wow, just don't, you know. Don't you know, don't also overdo it with the, you know, sobriety is always kind of not always, also kind of cringe, but find a middle ground. But this guy was like, yeah, I think I have like cancer in one of my fingers, and when I drink or stand up and walk, like my belly hurts, and also pain in the other finger. And like I told him, maybe you should see a doctor about this. No, I will die. And it's always like, don't drag me down with your pathetic, ignorant shit. You know, this is like this basic pattern with I don't know if it's the alcohol or people who said, you know, I have nothing in my life going, and how about I just be a miserable piece of shit and drag everyone down. That's why I always say, I fucking hate it to be like a nuisance in certain areas. This is like, if you're really done with life, then please don't make this like some sort of 15-hour drama opera, like, oh, I'm dying, why is no one holding me back? You don't have to die, please seek help, we are worried about you. You know, some shit like, no, don't make this a fucking 15-hour drama thing. Kill yourself quietly or fix your life. No, in between, like, guys, I'm not happy. And it's quite funny. ChatGPT is like, no, you should get help and some experts. And these experts talk with you through your feelings about suicide, because you don't have to be in this all alone. Yes, you do. Actually, you do, you know. Little fun fact, when you are born, you are all alone, born by yourself. And you also die alone. Don't matter if you were single or had a one wife or three wives, you know, or one kid or 10 kids and whatnot, you will die alone. That is a matter of fact, you know. This is how this biological thing works. So there's dying with dignity, and then there's also the, oh please, I don't want to go away. I mean, come on, man. At some life you have to sort of accept whatever, you know. And don't, if you don't accept this, I don't know, then do psychedelic drugs and talk the shit out with yourself, so your inner ego death, whatever. I don't care, man. It's just such a fucking nuisance, like, with all this drama, huh? You know. And man, the problem is also, I should put this, I'm also doing my part in regards to, if I see this drama, I should kind of avoid it. But always, this happens always, I'm too invested into this new series, you know, so to say. Merlin, but people aren't just series and episodes and scripts. I mean, if you boil it down, if you apply enough mathematics, everything is a fucking script. And you can't convince me otherwise. That, but life becomes meaningless if you look at it like this. Does it though? Does it really though? And yeah, no. So yeah, I had this thing going with this guy, talking 2.5 hours. It was a little bit depressing. Later on, another person joined. I think it's quite funny. I have this sort of interrogation mode where I ask people everything. They don't ask anything of me back, and then, okay, it was nice talking to you, bye. And yeah, how should I put it? There was a certain trait, allegedly, and this sort of made me wonder what is stopping me, myself, and I, you know. And yeah, quite hard to answer that question, but I'll get there. No worries. No thanks to you. No, just kidding. But I think this was like, oh, this is weird, I have to leave. I mean, yeah, sure, you're the one with no connections at the end of the day, man. I mean, if everything is for you a red flag, but I have to be careful because, yeah, sure, be careful, be even more careful. Be careful, be being careful, you know? Treat on eggshells. This is like, yeah, because of 5 fucking seconds of awkward silence, I mean. Retrospectively thinking and seeing this, I wonder if maybe all of this was made up, you know? Do think about this fact for a while. If you talk with strangers, there might be a somewhat high chance that 100% of the stuff that they tell you is 100% fake, yeah. And since I've been rambling for 60 minutes, I think that is it for the day. Have a nice one and see you. Bye bye.